Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the new Boa in some PvP, and the Cerebral team finally! Free Spirit is dead. We have a team that can successfully take down Free Spirit with very high success rate. Now, a lot of people are already using Cerebral to take down Free Spirit, and I know a lot of people are going to say in the comments, but Stump, I was already using Cerebral to take down Free Spirit. But with Nami Karina, stuff like Odin, Luffy Yamato, Gear 5, 6+, Zoro, Sanji, all these crazy-ass Free Spirit characters that have been popping up over the last couple of celebrations, Cerebral have just sort of been like just missing the mark in terms of taking down Free Spirit consistently and effectively every single time you verse them. Well, now we have some teams that can definitely get it done. The first team I have in the video is actually the 8-man Cerebral build. Now, Cerebral have a lot of very good PvP rare recruits, and obviously they have a lot of very good legends to help not only take down Free Spirit, but just make them operate in PvP. However, they've never really just had the power and the prowess to really do too much. Now, Crocus was one of them, and with Crocus, you can actually do some really, really fun stuff in the front. He gives you a lot of bulk in terms of his passive, plus with his special, he gives CD reduction level 2, as well as giving speed and attack buff, which means your Shanks is hitting harder, your Robin Koala hitting very, very hard too, and you get access to a bench. With the 5+ units becoming 20 cost as well, it means that you can run 5+ Uta on the bench, get access to all the fun stuff that Super Tandem Shanks does, and you can do some really, really nice stuff here. Even like taking a few specials early. I think we took a Robin Koala special very, very quickly. You can do some nice stuff with this team. Has a lot of damage output, has a lot of debuffing with Nami Karina, and obviously with Boa and what she's doing, you can do some really, really fun stuff there too. So, Crocs in the front, he's a lot of fun. As that extra speed and that extra attack and all that CD reduction can definitely catch up with you at the back end of a fight. With this particular team, you're doing a lot of stalling on the opposition. Nami Karina are rolling back specials by 40%. You have Boa with her ability to confuse, special bind, and action bind the enemy, which means that they aren't going to be attacking, nor they are going to be using their specials, or they'll lose their specials. So once you sort of hit that 50-second mark, using the CD reduction from Crocus and all that speed he's giving you so you guys go first, it can be very, very effective. The damage output of Robin Koala when you are taking on Free Spirit characters is incredibly strong, and Shanks resetting all of your negative debuffs, as well as all the damage output that he can provide, is actually really, really nice too. On top of that, Robin Koala are applying paralysis, so with this particular team, you basically have every debuff that you can give the opposition. Special rollback, special bind, action bind, confused, paralysis. You've basically got it all. So having the ability of Crocus to just sort of keep you alive, give you a bunch of bulk, give you a lot more speed and a lot more attack for your big heavy hitters, means that once you're going to get to the last 50 seconds, you are going to be in a much better position than your opposition. Now, obviously, that does kind of depend on what Boa's doing. Boa has the ability to, like I said, confuse, special bind, and action bind within a small, medium, and large radius. And these things can definitely overlap. She can action bind, confuse, and special bind the same unit, which obviously means that you'll get a lot of the effects null and void, because she's like a 20-second action bind unit, a 15-second confuse unit, and a 10-second special bind unit. But when this actually goes off and hits the right units, stuff like that, right, hitting Odin, and now we just basically don't have to worry about Odin's special because it's about to come up. If you hit something like Nami Karina, and then have stuff like Shanks and Robin Koala come in for all their back-end damage, it works really, really nicely, and I haven't really come up against any Free Spirit teams where they've gotten through my front lines, but if they do, we have Inia Zuma in the back to give us a lot of extra damage output, and we have Cap Vipers for some extra bulk if we hit stuff like Roger Whitebeard situations. Whilst Crocus was a lot of fun in the front, I do see the 6-man Cerebral team just going a little bit further. Uta is very, very powerful, the 6-star Super Suga Uta, who is now actually free to attain on the startup banner if you do 15 multis, obviously, which is a lot, but like you can still get her quite accessibly as a newer player. She does wonders in the front, mainly because she gives you a lot of extra damage output, but when she uses her special, she gives you level 5 CD reduction. Every time she takes damage as well, I believe she gives you an attack buff too, so she's buffing her attacks. But as you guys can see here, the stats that we have at the start of the fight, they're nowhere near as impressive as what kind of Crocus was giving us. However, after we use our specials and we get our CD reduction, Nami Karina slows the enemy down, and Boa is doing all the fun stuff that she does, you're getting a lot of CD speed, and that means that your Nami Karina can not only go a lot faster, it means that your Boa can go again a lot quicker, it means that your damage output of Shanks and Robin Koala goes a lot faster, but Uta's providing a lot of damage herself, which means that you can just absolutely blow away the enemy, which is really, really fun. If you get really lucky like that and you hit like a monster confuse on everyone, it's a lot of fun. But as you guys saw there, with the Uta special and the Shank special, we're pretty much able to take out the entire team, which is kind of nuts. But the reason Boa is so effective on this particular team is she has the ability to nerf free spirit characters in her passive. Boa gives level 3 CD buff to cerebral characters, and Shanks does. But she gives a level 3 CD reduction to Free Spirit. Now, with the combination of Shanks giving the CD buff, as long as you have an Uta, Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, all that fun stuff, with his level 3 buff, and then Boa giving a level 3 down to Free Spirit characters, that gives you a level 6 variance of your CD reduction. And then with Uta giving level 5 on top of that when she uses her special, it's just a lot of extra cooldown reduction and a lot of extra nerfing, a lot of extra annoying effects for the enemy to deal with. And again, a lot more damage output than what Shanks is providing, Robin Koala is providing, and all that fun stuff too. Even with Nami Karina going first in this particular fight, we weren't in a bad spot at all because everyone else's cooldowns were still charging up, that our Nami Karina, even with the 40% rollback, manages to get her special back to roll back the enemy special, have our Robin Koala go, get a lot of damage output, and as you can see, once that happens, like the enemy still doesn't have a special. Boa's going to come in. She's going to do all the fun stuff she does. Action binding, confusing, all of that crazy shenaniganry. We have damage output from Uta. We have damage output from Shanks in the back. And with the, I believe it's a defense down that Boa gives as well. Actually, I think Robin Koala gives the defense down. Boa gives an attack down to Free Spirits. With the combination of both these two units, you can not only slow the enemy down, you can also reduce the amount of damage they're outputting and increase the amount of damage they're receiving. So the Cerebral team just sort of hit a absolute moon when it comes to taking on Free Spirit. However, it does still have a lot to do with RNG. Where does that confusion hit? Where does that action bind hit? Where are characters placed for Boa to actually come out and tear through these Free Spirit lineups? I feel like Boa is going to be an absolute demon when you are fighting her, because Free Spirit, they just kind of pop up everywhere. If you look at the Slasher team, Slasher's got a lot of Free Spirit characters. Even this Cerebral team in front of you, it's got a lot of Free Spirits on it. And that can be a huge problem because Boa could definitely pop up on stuff like the Psy team. She could definitely pop up on stuff like the Free Spirit team, literally just for her ability to apply all of these nasty effects. Now, Boa's passive only works for Cerebral characters. However, the nerfing of Free Spirit is so heavily prevalent within the PvP game mode at the moment because, like I said, those types of characters are popping up everywhere, and if you see Boa on a defensive lineup in some weird wonky team that might be a Rainbow build, a Psy build, or a Free Spirit build, even a Cerebrally build, and you go in with a couple of Free Spirit characters, you better pray that that Boa special doesn't actually just destroy your lineup. On top of that, the Boa special, it's not subjected to Free Spirit characters themselves. It doesn't state anywhere that all of these effects only affect Free Spirit units. It's just her passive that's hitting the Free Spirit characters, and all these other really, really nasty effects that could completely throw up your lineup, they could literally hit anyone. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of the new Cerebral team down below. Honestly, with this particular 6-man build, I was having so much fun just tearing through Free Spirit lineups. It's very, very strong, has a lot of damage output, has a lot of nerfing, and it's a lot of fun to run when you do see those crazy, bulky Free Spirit defense teams. But like I said, let me know down below what you guys think of the new Boa and the Cerebral team. While you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button for me. Hit that big red subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. And if you want to keep up with the OPTC content, hit that bell notification as well. Most importantly though, whether you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!